So the foundation is just like spread love and spread as much light as possible throughout the world and to everybody, like to as much people as you can. Like a simple wave or a smile towards somebody. So I've noticed when I wave at people, they like get shocked. They're like, whoa, you just waved at me?
Right.
And because like it doesn't really happen anymore. So,
well, it's like I can totally see that. It's because everyone's so consumed in their own grind.
Yeah.
You know, where they don't take notice of anybody else, and if you can go out of your way to do something nice, it almost spreads.
Mm-hmm.
So like you waving to somebody can but like I could say that you're with QAnon because that's what QAnon believes too. You just gotta spread the love. So like yeah. what political party are you kind of leaning towards? None? Like no ideology at all. Like because from that video, which we're gonna talk about that video too. But from
if I had to like pick one, then it would be Republican. Like Trump's, is that Trump said?
Yeah.
Then yeah, Trump said. But I wouldn't.
So
I
just
don't
agreeing
really,
with Trump.
I hate getting into politics. Like I don't get into politics at all.
But we all have to be a part of it. Like that's what we have to do as Americans.
You have your own opinion for sure, but I mean, you can like Democrats and Republicans for what they originally stood for, like back in the day, and if you compare that to now, it's mixed up. It's completely mixed up. They like Democrats are agreeing with what they didn't believe in years and years ago.
I don't think they are agreeing with it though. Because think about what cities are Democrat today. Think about what cities we have: New York, Chicago, that side which used to be the Union, which the Republican Party started during the Civil War. Before it used to be Democrats or not Democrats. There was something in the Federalists. So the Federalist Party basically became Republicans, but I think they're still agreeing with that same thing because in all those cities there's such poverty, which is basically when the Democrats were in the South, what did they do to the minority? They were in poverty.
Yeah.
So it's basically the same thing. So I wouldn't say they didn't change it. You know, it's.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to your. Do you believe in that entire video? Like. Because that's the thing. I certainly agree with some of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't say that I don't know. And again, I forgot to watch it today, so.
I can't believe
I'm missing a little bit of parts, but I wouldn't say I agree with 100% of it.
Oh, come on, man. You were telling me it would open my eyes, which it did.
Yeah, it does open your eyes, but like there's still stuff in everything that, that doesn't resonate. It just doesn't resonate with me.
It doesn't matter if it resonates. It's not... He doesn't give any fact. He doesn't give any like he uses recordings of people talking, and he doesn't say who they are. He doesn't base it off any research. It's all his own opinion.
Yeah, like, that's true.
The astrology part I like because I hate how people use the word astrology, and when you think astrology, you think of those stoner chicks, right?
Yeah,
right. You know, they just smoke a bunch of weed. Yeah, but like astrology is just, in my opinion, just looking at the stars, and you know. Like that's how we went back and forth with sailing and all that. But sorry, I'll let you kind of rant about your whole idea. Well, is it like love of or that attraction thing?
Like unity, I guess you could say as well.
Love brings unity.
Yeah, love does bring unity, but just trying to get us all back to be one, because like we all have unity, but it's like separated unity. You know, like you have the Black Lives Matter. They're all one. Like they're all together. Right. They all stand for what they believe. And then you have, I don't know, who else? What's another example?
People who don't believe in Black Lives Matter.
People who don't believe in Black Lives Matter. People who believe in religion, don't believe in religion. You know, there's just a ton of different separate, like, unities, but we all just need to come together as one and realize that none of our opinions matter, but what somebody else believes doesn't matter. Like, you shouldn't go against them or dislike them because of what they believe.
Oh yeah,
like,
you shouldn't judge people for what they believe.
You should be able to see their point of view.
Right.
I totally.
That's the thing. That's what helps with like the third eye as well, is because
third eye. Yeah, dive into that, please.
Third eye.
So you're just looking through this little keyhole, right? This little keyhole, so you're only being able to see this little bit through it. But then once you expand your mind and open up your third eye, then you can you go up and you become the keyhole basically. So you can see everything through it. Like you can see a full 360-degree view instead of just that one view.
Right.
So you can see more dimensions. So what religion is that close to?
All of them.
You can't say all of them because a lot of religions, like let's
Well,
take,
like what do they all believe
Maybe.
in? What do they all believe in? Like what does Jesus want to do? He wants to spread love. They all believe in love. Buddha, love.
I disagree.
Yep.
Okay.
Really?
Okay, Jerry, you go first.
Well, I agree with him wholeheartedly. I can't disagree with that.
What? You think?
Yeah, I was just telling you earlier.
think every religion is based in love?
Every religion has like
No.
they all have the same.
What religions don't believe in love?
Okay, let's take Hinduism, or just
I
like
don't know enough about those. Like Hinduism,
the caste
Buddhism.
system. What is a caste system? Do you know what the caste system is?
No.
They have castes, but that doesn't like discount their entire religion because they have castes.
No.
I mean, Christian people had slaves, but that doesn't mean that like that discounts their entire religion.
Well, okay. I think I'll just say, like, you could say all of them, but I cannot say all of them. I can't. Like, it doesn't work. And just talking about further than religion, there's also an ideology, right? There's you can believe in communism or a book I've been reading quite recently, nihilism, which is it's almost the belief to hate God, right? To hate what he's done, humans, evolution.
Yeah.
Which in that last podcast with Carter, literally everybody was disagreeing with me because, which was really hard to fight back. I was like, what am I supposed to do? But I was telling Jerry, like, why I am a Christian at this point, because I got really depressed over all of 2020.
Right.
And it really opened my eyes, right? Christianity is the only religion on the face of the earth at this moment that asks you to question everything. To question everything. It's the only religion. You can't, like, name me another one. There's what's the one that all the rich people do?
I don't know.
Well, give an example to us of how it challenges you to question everything.
It asks to question the church. It asks like the why Jesus got in trouble.
Asking questions.
Is what happened is he basically kind of raided the Jewish temple because he said they're a bunch of robbers because they were using the name of God to get rich, basically, to get money. Like it wasn't for God. It wasn't spreading the love. And so he questioned the church. That's what we should always do. Because, like, think about all the popes, or not popes. What do they call it? There was this huge sex thing going on.
All the priests in the Catholic Church.
Priests, yeah. See, you should question your priests. People have written. I actually just saw this video. There's this Russian dude that claimed he was Jesus. Right?
Dude, I met a dude in St. George that claims he's Jesus.
You know how many guys, like, that's...
But I mean, from Carson's point of view, we all are Jesus, right?
We're all God.
No,
we're all God. We're all God. We are all our own God. We have our own higher self, right? There's no one defined God that we all follow. He's just kind of helping us.
Isn't that kind of like Mormonism? How, like, after you die, you can become...
Yeah, in Mormonism, you are believed to, like, after we die, then... farther down the road, we become our own God, and I don't know exactly, but we may be in control of our own world at one point. But
how selfish that sounds?
How does that sound selfish?
To be your own God? Think about how sick and twisted somebody who, like, believes in that can actually be. Like, I get to have my own world. I can create my own destruction. Like,
right, but why are they thinking about destruction? I don't think about destruction. If I were to be a God, dude, I'm gonna have the Star Wars planet, bro.
Yeah,
do I still exist? I was gonna say, yeah, I'm sorry, they're kind of... Well, okay. I can't see that. Do you believe in that? Do you think we
Do you think that...
should all be our own gods? Like,
I don't
that just
know.
sounds so selfish.
But we could
What's
be.
manifestation?
I don't even know.
What's manifestation? You visualize it in your head, and then it becomes real.
Dude, what if
real. That's you
What
creating
if praying
your life.
to
That's you
God is
creating
just
what happens
manifesting
in
to
life.
your higher self? That's what I question.
Well, your higher self is your future self, and so deja vu, when you, like, enter and you're like, whoa, like, I remember this. I've done this before.
Right.
That's because your higher self has done that before.
Okay.
And it's your
But
future self.
if you're thinking about that, do you believe in past lives?
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't.
So
I don't believe in
future
past
lives. I
lives.
believe in
I don't know.
future
I
lives,
believe
too.
there are different, like, dimensions and different me's going on right now, but I don't think I've already lived this life before.
So you think God is in control of everything?
No, dude. When we come down to
How do you
Earth,
mean, like, what do you mean?
God
Hold on.
God can have control over everything. He can do those things, but he doesn't, because we're down here to learn. That is what I believe. We are
Yeah,
here
life
to
is a
learn.
test.
Yes,
We-
100%.
we all agree.
100%.
Yeah.
We're here to be tested. But say a woman gets raped, did God control that? Did God want that to happen? No, that's just shit that happens in life.
There's a great way to argue that because it's men. It's man. Like, who is the first man on this planet?
Adam and Eve in that religion.
No, actually,
I don't
Adam and
know.
Eve were
I don't
not the
know.
first men and women of this planet. The first real man on this, like, in the Bible, technically, is Cain.
Okay.
And you don't know who Cain is? Oh
It
my
sounds
gosh.
familiar.
You
I don't
the
know
Bible at
enough
all?
about that.
Cain
I
and
haven't
Abel?
read the Bible.
Okay,
Second famous.
Cain and Abel, they were, it doesn't say that Adam and Eve had, they were created by God, right?
Okay, yeah.
According to the
Yeah,
Bible.
they
and
just
then,
spawned here.
and but then Cain, well, they were, made of the dust and all that. Anyway,
Right.
but Cain actually came from them. So he was technically the
He
first
came
human.
from Adam and Eve, and then they created Cain.
So, well, he was basically the first real
Like,
human because he
yeah.
was created by human,
Human-like people.
yeah.
Right.
And he killed his brother. So the first human, where we all come from, was a murderer. He was an evil, like, he killed his brother.
Okay.
The
yeah.
first like, that just shows so much. And another thing, I think you're thinking of humans as these, if we can be our own gods, like, I almost see us kind of as scum. Like, that's
How
not
come?
okay. Think about how many people can just be obsessed with themselves.
Right,
that's the ego.
And think about the silver spoon that should have been theirs.
Do you believe in Satan?
That's the ego.
Of course, but what I'm saying is, you really don't have you really can't complain unless your life is terrible or humans around you are making it terrible. Like, you didn't create yourself.
Mhm.
You didn't create
No.
yourself. You have no control. You can't create anybody else.
I mean, I
like-
could create my own children.
But you can't design them. You
No.
can't design them.
No,
not
not
you. That's why
specifically.
you-
the
you get it
details,
from a
but
sexual
I get to mold
Right.
them into who they are.
Yeah, well, because of Christian society and all the people that rag on on Christianity, I'm like, it's what made this. It's what made America. I know there's all
There's
the
Christianity.
yes, it really is. Think about it. Okay, let's take for instance Moses putting in the 10 Commandments, making 10. Like, remember in that video, he debates that Moses was just fabricated, right?
Mhm.
It all came from Constantine.
Yeah.
Christianity already existed before Constantine, so that
Sure,
guy is
yeah.
so off.
Mhm.
Constantine may
Yeah.
have been a bad guy.
Okay.
He may have abused the religion to get, Roman political power. But basically, if there was no rules in society,
Mm-hmm.
there wouldn't be a society. We would still all be basically Neanderthals killing each other. Like,
Right.
I'm going to take that. It would be like the streets of Chicago or New York. It would be
Right.
people killing each
Just
other and
no
taking
rules.
what they want.
You do
Which,
whatever you want.
how can things grow if you don't have a society and restraint? And, like this guy, Friedrich Nietzsche, who Hitler followed, which I thought you were following too. I thought you didn't believe in God at all.
No, I 100% believe in God.
Which one, though? Like, which kind of...
Right.
The one right here.
Yourself.
The one God right here.
Oh,
The one God.
I don't know.
He's got
Right.
God
Jerry's
Right.
like, wait.
We're all like, that's just the thing. Like, we're all unity. Like, you can't, like, God, like, we can't be us unless, like, we were born in, or we were not born. We were created in God's image. Yeah.
Dude.
What's
yeah.
God?
Dude, I love that.
What
that
is God?
We were created in God's image, but what
Do you
is
think-
God's image?
Does he have a? Do you
What
think
is
he has
God's
a
image?
physical body?
Is it human, or is it just standing up on 2 feet? Is that what God's image is?
I believe
Who
it's.
knows?
No.
I believe it's.
Dude, you don't know. What is
it's just
God's
a
image? What
ball
is-
of light, like a star, basically.
All right, Jerry.
Ball
Jerry,
of energy.
put in your what does your look at life?
Oh, jeez. Okay, so so what I'm gonna say here is that I think that God, He's created all the world, and He's made it good, of course, and He created all the people. And when He created the people, didn't He say they were good too? But the thing is, you grow up your entire life, and as Jesus said with the Proverbs, a flock without a shepherd, or grain, threshing of grain and then like burning of shaft and keeping the grain there. So like the entire life, you can sum up like a person's entire life, and it's like proverbs and allegories for like the kingdom of God and heaven.
Well, yeah,
and, like,
everybody has like a Bible-like story.
and how to no, it's like
No,
you understand that the tree that bears no fruit will be burnt, or you understand that, and so you can understand that like the entire human experience that God has made for us is built in a way that we can understand God. And I think that's the entire point of life, is to try to start to understand God. But at the same time, it's also to, spread sort of the word of God and happiness and love.
Yeah, but what is one of the fundamental parts of Christianity? It's to admit that you're a sinner. A lot of
and be forgiven.
other religions say that there is no such thing as sin.
No way.
It doesn't exist.
Wow.
That's an evolutionist, basically, because if there's no God, if this was all
right,
just,
then there's nothing really bad.
But that's the thing about, if you have an interaction with humans,
other than the way society
and
views bad.
you can like be forgiven, and that's just another way that God has made our lives so that we can understand how to live them. So, you mess up with your friend, he forgives you, and you feel like all this you feel like this. What, you don't agree with me that
I don't.
That our lives have been made by God to help us understand God?
No, but I'm thinking you used a bad.
Well, maybe I did.
Okay, with like apologizing, like you ever had a friend where like if you do apologize to them, they think that you're lower than them now because you.
Well, that's just like a
that's
social
like
thing.
social media too.
Mistake,
No,
so
I'm just
there's-
trying
I was gonna say humans are not.
You're taking my
Humans are not-
example.
No one's
Well,
perfect.
that's because of the ego.
Nobody's
That's
perfect.
because of
You're
the
taking
ego.
my example out of context. I'm saying like I'm saying like the good feeling that you feel when you are forgiven, and like you've done something bad, and you're forgiven for it. That's just another way that we can understand how Christ will forgive us through His blood and through His sacrifice and all that. So I'm just saying the entire world has been made for us to understand God, and I think that since everyone lives in the world, they all have a chance to learn that, no matter what place they live in. However, Satan also did offer Jesus when he was in the desert. He offered him the kingdoms of God. I mean, he offers him the kingdoms of the world, which, to me that means that Satan has control over the kingdoms of the world. For him to offer them to Jesus, he had control over them. So it's kind of
What religion do you believe in?
definitely Christian. Definitely
Just
Christian.
a Christianity.
I think that Christian has all you need, but
You have to study everything that's on this earth, though. Like I was reading
Yeah, you
a
gotta
guy that like literally hated God. He hated him, and because you have to be able to combat that. Because a lot of people
I don't
aren't-
think you have
why,
to combat
Why
it.
do
I
people
think
hate
it's-
God, dude? It's not like God
Because they
actually
don't like the hand
directly
that they
did
were
anything
dealt.
to you, dude. It's just shit that happens. That is the life ball package that we got when we came here. Stuff is gonna happen. That's just how it works. You cannot blame God for crap that happens in your life. You can only blame yourself. But I mean, you are born. No. You can be born into a crappy family and be given a crappy hand, right? But it's what you do with that hand that makes you who you are, right? Like I could be born in a crappy place, like say Africa. I don't know if that.
You think Africa's crappy?
No. Just say
Okay.
I was born in
Okay.
poverty and I have nothing, right? What I do from there, do I blame God for that? No. But from what I do from that point, you can only blame yourself. You can't, because your decisions are your own. You are your own person.
Yeah, but people affect each other a lot.
Oh,
Well, yes,
I mean,
exactly, but
I have this story. This fellow I knew,
this fellow.
he threatened another guy over like $20. He threatened him with a weapon. He brandished it, and he was talking about how he'd, do this fella dirty. And
Does that mean kill him or
just totally just beat the shit out of him. So
are we allowed to
like
swear on
with
this?
a gun? He would
no,
just
he
hit
had
the
a
shit out.
I'm not gonna describe it because I don't want him to get mad at me. But anyways, the point is, he gets arrested. He gets expelled. He has all this stuff happen to him for it. His girlfriend, I'm talking to her. His girlfriend says, "Society, man." And I thought, how was that society's fault? Society didn't pressure him into threatening some
But
dude with a
everyone
baseball
wants to
bat
blame, bro.
over
Society-
$20.
We are conditioned to think a certain
shot.
way.
One note I
To
took about
blame.
this.
Oh yeah, let's try this. Everybody,
Yes,
open
please.
this up.
I was gonna
Shouting
ask.
too much? Something?
No, you're not.
I'm a
shouting.
passionate speaker sometimes.
We're
But I'm
fine.
not gonna.
This is totally fine. This is not going how I thought it was gonna. I thought I was gonna be arguing with you, but I like the love thing. I really do.
Don't you think that's mirrored throughout all the cultures?
My thoughts on that.
Don't.
My thoughts on that, like blaming people and hating people and going to beat somebody up or going to try and kill somebody, is that however you act towards somebody else, you're really you're acting towards yourself first.
Yeah.
However you act towards
I like
yourself
it.
is you're gonna act towards other people.
It's not bad, dude.
I like it.
What do
Yeah,
you
food
mean?
review. What do you think of this? This is it's good? It smells funky.
Smooth.
Give it a good smell. Give it a good sniffing.
Soda always
yeah,
smells
it
weird
does
though.
smell whack.
Like
Yeah, it's
sweet
I
things
was gonna
always
say, because
smell
you
weird.
think it's tasty and then you smell it and you're like,
Ugh, gross. That
Yeah,
smells
like
bad.
pears.
Weird. It smells like pears.
but it's like, I've never even seen this.
It smells like guanabana.
Yeah, what's guanabana?
It's this shit right here, man.
I do think society is,
Guanabana.
like, society is condemning us all. That's what I think. I
How?
really do. Like, this is my little,
We're pressured to live a certain way.
yeah.
The first 8 years of your life.
We're
is where
pressured.
you-
We're pressured to go
is
to
where
college.
is
We're
where you
pressured to
learn
get
become
a degree and
who
go
you're
in
gonna
debt
be in society.
and
So that's
do those certain things. I feel like that's 100% the way that we're conditioned to think that way. Like all the way throughout high school, I am told that I need to get good grades so that I can get into a good school, so I can get a degree, so I can get a job, right? But why is that? Because I want to make a living. But why are people that do that exact same thing still broke?
Killing themselves.
And everyone's depressed. Everyone is
Okay.
living a shitty life,
You
and
wanna
they
know
did what
the war?
society told them to do.
There's a war going on right now, and the war is globalism. And globalism, it's basically depopulation. Why do you think I'm not gonna talk about abortions. I don't agree, but I really can't have a say because I'm not in that
Yeah, that's
position, and
such a
also I'm
big
not a
topic.
woman. I'm not gonna get into it.
Right.
But the thing is,
Oh, I
they
can totally
push
get
it.
into that.
They push it.
Yeah, they do.
They push that. They
push
They
it up
push getting out of your family, breaking
Right.
up a family. They push in high school, or even in school. You know what they should be money. They're funding schools, and what the school is putting that money into is figuring out what gender you want.
Yeah, dude.
You know what
Did-
it should
did
be
you-
going to is how to function in life.
Yeah,
how to
I'm
how
not
to do your
taught how
taxes.
to. I'm not taught how to really make a lot of money in school. I'm not taught that.
Dude, I'm taught
It's
how to get
BS,
bullied
honestly.
and go into this social thing where I have to wear certain clothes and all that. But
yeah, and care about what people think about you, dude.
But
Straight bullshit.
that's not what I'm bragging on, because it also does.
They teach you how to be like a worker bee. That's what they make you
Exactly,
sit there for
bro.
7
yeah,
hours,
and then they have
and
the
then they make
bell
you do
when the
homework.
bell
and you
goes
go,
off, the work bell.
100%, dude. We are taught to be
Five.
worker bees, to work for the rich people.
Well, okay, I think the rich people have been in power for just so
They have been.
long.
It's because they didn't go the way society pressured them to go.
Yeah.
Things have been getting worse for thousands of years.
Well, it's because they know it's nah. That's just that's where the social conditioning comes in.
But there's no
Throughout
fighting
the first
it.
8 years of your life.
No.
Things just keep on getting worse. You can't fight it.
Yeah, but it's like they're condemning us. If God's real, they are condemning all of us. And my example for that,
No.
yes,
They're not condemning us.
they are.
They're not condemning you. You can fight against it in your own self.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about just day
Yeah,
to day
the power
things
we
too.
have, the power we have is just walk away from it all.
Okay,
Yeah.
like
You have control over your
I don't know if
emotions.
this is super Christian, but what I really do think there's a scale at the end of your life. And if you did way more bad than good, and your scale tips in that direction, you're going to hell.
Really?
Or you're really going to have a bad time. That's what I honestly, genuinely believe. Because even without Christianity, because Christianity wasn't everywhere. It didn't exist. Socrates spoke about Christianity before it even existed. So he's one example. But I think it's kind of universal that when you are brought into this world, you an animal dying or a human dying on the ground, or you killing it hurts you and you realize it's wrong. The crazy thing, Christianity really boomed in pagan societies. Paul in the Bible, he basically went to Europe and converted pagans. People that would keep heads of their enemies in their houses, and they would, they were just almost like animals. But what I don't like right now is let's take for instance the meat industry. I'm not anti-meat, right? Because that's how we're here. If you're like, I'm gonna be a vegan.
We need protein.
Well, you got here because your ancestors were not vegan. It's
Yeah.
how it works. But my rag on it is you know what we used to do before, like, or the Jews used to do? They would sacrifice. They would do these sacrifices, you
Right.
know, and they had guilt and all that. But like, let's take for example, if you live your entire life zoned off from anybody, the middle of Rush Valley or something like that.
Yeah.
You have like 2 cows. Like those 2 cows, if you slaughtered them, they could last you probably that entire year.
Oh yeah,
1 cow,
easily,
right?
Mm-hmm.
easily.
Yeah.
1 cow would last a single person.
And you
throughout
raised it.
a whole year.
Yeah, and you raised it, so technically, like, you're almost deserving of it. I mean, what the cow is going to be a cow for its whole life, but if you have a genuine good goal in your life, you killing that animal is not, it's not wrong.
No,
But
you do it to
but
survive.
what's happening in the industrial age? Well, I think it started in the industrial age. Is just the mass slaughtering of animals.
Right, and then people are wasting it. People waste a lot of food.
like they
And I
go
can-
with the baseball bat and
That's-
go from 1 cow to another. Dude, you haven't seen any of those animal cruelty videos?
Oh, I've seen too
I mean,
many.
I'm not against meat, but like that's why a lot of people are, because they're like, oh, we're hurting. Like we are. We
Yeah,
are.
no, people. There are
And we're all gonna
there's
be
bad
condemned because
people out
we're
there, dude.
spending our
Here's what
money
they think. Here's
buying
what they
that.
think. They think that the people that hunt and use their own guns to kill
Are
the animals
bad.
are inhumane.
Right.
But really, the meat that they go and buy at the store, that meat is getting killed the insanely inhumane way.
Right.
Like that's where the inhumane part comes from. Because when you go out into the field by yourself or with friends or whatever,
Yeah.
you kill the animal, you put it out of its misery as fast as
Yeah,
you
but
can.
are you against
No
poaching?
suffering.
Because I mean,
Well,
I mean,
that's for certain animals.
like if you're
poaching is a thing, right?
poaching is very
here's what poaching
yeah.
here's what poaching is. They shoot it and they get the antlers. They leave.
And
They
then
leave the meat,
body and
everything.
waste. the
That's
meat.
sometimes. Some people will poach and just take everything.
I was gonna say,
If I
because
poached,
hopefully-
I would do it because I need the meat, because I need the food. So I
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
So
they've
go
had
kill an
poaching laws like
I wouldn't
even
consider
back
that
in the
poaching.
medieval ages. Like they were
Yeah.
the king's deer.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh,
I
If you're
wouldn't-
poaching if you're poaching a deer, I don't care. But
yeah,
if you're
I wouldn't
poaching like
think,
if you're poaching elephants and
Yeah.
rhinos and
I mean,
stuff like that
if you're
just for
trying
their
to- if you're trying
horns,
to
then that's
kill it,
messed up.
If you're just killing it, yeah, to just cut the
And
horns
or
off,
even just to
leave
kill it
there.
to kill it.
Yeah,
That's-
just kill it.
that's-
Kill it. Just
Ooh,
for that rush.
That's
just for that
some gross
rush.
stuff, man.
Well, yeah, no, they do it just for pleasure, and that's not okay.
that is strange. Killing something for
Yeah,
pleasure.
that's where
Well, yeah,
poaching
and I
is
mean,
wrong,
dude,
but if
killing
you're
stuff
doing- if
is
you're
very
doing it
pleasing.
for the-
I'm not.
for
It
the
is, dude.
cause.
When you're hunting, have you ever gone hunting and killed anything?
It freaked
The
me out.
adrenaline rush is insane.
gosh.
Like, I love it, dude. That's
It's
why.
right there. You shoot and it's like,
Yeah, and you just feel so good. But like when you
And then
when
when
you
you
kill
see it
that
drop,
animal,
it's
dude,
like-
dude. Whenever I go hunting and I kill an animal, bro, I
We gotta
say
get out of here, Jerry.
I say a prayer for that animal after. I'm like, thank you, God, for providing me this meat. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, dude, and I respect that animal. That's what I do.
Well,
Like,
I
that's the
think-
way I would say 80% of hunters live that way,
Yeah.
and the other hunters
Yeah.
are just bad, right? And that's just what you get because
Well,
people are
take
bad,
the guys that just go shooting and then just shoot jackrabbits and just leave them.
dude. People will literally go out and just
yeah,
crossbow
that- I don't-
cows
I don't
and
do
leave
that.
the arrows in them,
I don't
dude.
do
Like that was
anymore.
happening 10
I
years
don't do
ago.
that anymore.
Damn.
Hey,
And you say
people-
you had your
people
third
make
eye open.
mistakes.
I don't really
Hey,
care
I
about the
said
jackrabbits,
anymore,
to be
I said
honest.
anymore.
Yeah, no, they're just
Just-
jackrabbits,
I
dude.
mean-
No one cares.
Well,
I mean, you should,
I mean-
and people do, but
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
The-
I don't like.
from my
I
perspective,
didn't
they're
even
just
go bear hunting
jackrabbits.
with my dad up in Montana.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
Bear
this
hunting.
week.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
can do it
dope.
right now.
how do you feel about it, Jerry?
Well, I've never been hunting, but when I
Wow.
killed,
Dude, highly recommend it.
I think I'd enjoy it. But when I had to kill
You gotta
chickens,
earn it.
Dude,
I was just. It was bad. It was
it's-
bad news.
Was
It's-
it your,
it's bloody.
Was it your chickens?
Yeah,
that, like,
I
you
raised them up.
Dude, you
Then
want me to
that's-
show you
that's-
a
have
video
that
of
connection,
me?
you have
Yeah.
that attraction to it.
Yeah, I
you don't name your pig that you're gonna kill, dude.
It just
its name
sucks
is
because they were
pork
like
number
freaking
one.
out. They were like, they were like shitting all over the
Yeah,
place.
you're killing me. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
One of them flapped its wings so hard it broke.
I actually just
That's hilarious.
I just did that like last fall. I raised my own chickens here in this house. Like I had them in my
Dude, that's
backyard and all
awesome.
that. And the reason why is because they were meat chickens, but like
right.
so I have the experience to know slaughtering an animal that I raised. Because we did it with a goat when I was a little kid, but it wasn't the same thing.
Right.
But I did it with these chickens, and it did wake me up. Like, imagine if you had families doing that. Like, you had a couple acres, you grew your own stuff. Like, why isn't the government pushing that? That's what
Because
I
they want
think's weird.
control. The government
And they
wants
want
control.
to get rid
Yeah.
of people.
Get
I mean,
rid of
they're
independence.
eating.
That's
You
all.
guys ever seen
that's all
Fight
they
Club?
want to keep us in fear.
Fight Club?
Yeah.
Fight Club.
They don't talk about Fight Club.
It's. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a look at
Sounds
society.
familiar.
It's a
Sounds
look at
familiar.
because men, I think just men in general are being pushed away.
That's not valuable though. For all you need
That's not valuable?
is right here.
What, are you a feminist or something?
All you need is right here.
Men are not
What is that?
valuable.
Does the New Testament, does Jesus Christ not teach his own form of stoicism? He says, you know, you're gonna get faced with persecution for being a Christian, and he says
Yeah, they all got massively.
they were martyrs and like that got like burned to death, flayed alive, and they were like, this is worth it for me.
It's pretty cool. Well, that's because they looked at the early pagans.
And he told them that would happen, and they were.
Well, they looked at early Christians as atheists because they only believed in one God.
What did they call him? What's that like old Roman dude that had like he killed his dad and then he's like slept with his mother?
Is it an emperor?
No,
Nero?
it's like
I was gonna say because Nero was.
I think it's a Greek.
We have
myth,
to talk
but-
about aliens though.
About what?
Like we're on a spaceship right now, basically.
Who?
Aliens.
Oh,
Do you
dude.
believe in aliens?
100%.
You guys wanna hear
about it, bro?
You guys wanna hear-
Why are
you
we
wanna
not
hear what I
talking
seen?
about
You
it?
want to hear what I seen the other day? Just up in the sky.
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
Okay, so there's this line, like this trail of like light dots. So there's like a light dot there. They were like super close together, like right next to each other, and it was just a long trail of them. And they just came in, appeared, and then just was there, and then disappeared, like one by one. It was like slowly, they fizzled out.
But
Like,
how do
they
you know
fizzled
that
out.
was
They
an
just
alien?
disappeared.
Wait,
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's an alien,
But it's
a
something
UFO.
sus
Do you
for
It's
think-
sure.
a UFO.
do you think that someone who didn't have their third eye open like you do you think they would have seen that, or do you think that
Oh yeah,
For sure.
they would have?
definitely.
Can you tell if it's something?
Well, sometimes,
Dude, you get
sometimes,
vibes, I
sometimes,
feel like.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes like Garrett, like his
Acid.
his higher self is like, cause like you have like telepathy with your higher self, basically. Like when you're
You're
alone, that
telepathic.
voice that you're talking to in your head, that's your higher self. And
There's two of me.
and so like his higher
Maybe.
self has told him like, yo, look up in the sky, UFO. And like that night where like he was the one that pointed those out, he was just like, yeah, I got a feeling to look right, and I looked right, and there they were. And he's like, yo, and we all looked up there too.
So-
but like
so
you
you
get
believe in
a
aliens
feeling,
too?
like you get,
Dude, it's been confirmed.
you can get. A
It has
feeling.
been
You believe in
confirmed,
aliens
bro.
too.
Dude, the government has
Join the
confirmed
bandwagon, Jerry.
UFOs.
He's
bro.
talking right now.
I
Oh.
promise. Have you watched the Joe Rogan podcast on aliens, bro?
I did, and that's where I got the information
Joe
that there's
Rogan.
no aliens.
What do you
Joe
mean?
Rogan.
Which
No,
one did you
Joe-
watch? Which one did you watch?
Okay.
What?
Listen,
Wait, why are you
no,
trusting
listen.
Joe Rogan
No.
for?
I'm not
Right.
trusting Joe Rogan.
Dude,
It was
dude,
on Joe Rogan.
It's just his
Did he-
information.
Okay.
Joe Rogan said. There's
Take
no
a
aliens.
second. All right. This is what I used in the last podcast, literally at the very beginning. I said Elon Musk was on.
Right.
Elon Musk, the
Right.
guy who's taking us
To
to
space.
Mars, that leader in, you know,
Right.
the guy who's making Teslas cheap.
Right.
I mean, how, dude? He's making Teslas so cheap.
Right.
Haven't you seen more Teslas around? That's
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
selling some brand new for $30,000
That's insane.
for a new Tesla. Like,
For real?
that's
unreal.
insane, dude. So imagine getting a used one. You could probably get a used one for like 10,000.
What's the point though? What's the point?
Possible. Yeah. What do you mean?
He's like, Joe Rogan's like, so what's the percentage that you think aliens exist? And Elon Musk is like,
Do his voice.
well, how's he? Well, I can't do his voice because he's like such a mixed guy. He said 0%. Elon Musk doesn't believe in aliens at all.
I'm calling
He said
Cap.
Sorry,
I'm
dude.
calling
Zero
Cap.
I just don't
percent.
know.
No.
I
He
think
said that
Elon
on
does
Joe-
believe in
he
aliens.
said
dude.
that
No,
on
that's-
Joe Rogan's,
I
and
don't-
Joe
I don't-
Rogan was like,
That's something I can't believe.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't believe in aliens at all?
100% believe in aliens.
No, because Nikola Tesla. That's where he's like his company is based off of, is Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla was only able to do what he did because he accessed the Akashic records, or the collective consciousness. And that's
Drugs?
no sober, like through
He's taking
meditation.
He's taking heroin.
Through
dude.
meditation,
Meditation
he was
is
able
so
to
powerful.
he was able to. Okay, so the Akashic records. He entered them, and you can basically ask him any question like you want, or they'll just feed you with information, and it's like, have you ever heard of the phrase a download?
Yeah.
Like a mind download or whatever.
Right.
Ah, like the Matrix.
Microchip.
Basically.
like the Matrix. The Matrix.
Red
the
pill.
red or blue pill. Which
Dude,
one
are
you
we
choose?
in the Matrix?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe.
That's
why Matrix
That's
is
just saying.
That's just
God.
what Earth is.
No, yeah, 100%. Anyway.
And so then he got the
You
technology.
cut him off, dude.
So 369. So the number's 369.
It's trying to, like,
The numbers
jog his memory.
369. I don't really know like how. I just know he like those were the base foundation of his teaching or of his learnings, I guess, not teachings, but his what he learned was from the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Like if you went into a hotel, it would be on the 3rd floor, room 69, or 6th floor, room 39, or 9th floor, room 36, whatever. Like everything he did revolved around those numbers and the Akashic records and the golden ratio or the Fibonacci sequence.
What's that?
Let's see here. It's a 1.684, I think, and
The Fibonacci is one.
yeah, I don't
it's
really know
1,
too much
two,
about it.
3, 5,
Yeah.
9.
Oh,
and
it's just an infinite loop. It's just like
Like the
how
pie?
like how people are like you're spiraling downhill.
No,
You're
it's-
spiraling uphill.
he sounds like he listened to Tool or something.
He's cool. Well, I know who True is, but I don't.
Talking about spirals and the Fibonacci sequence.
You listen to Joe Rogan?
Damn.
Don't worry, this stuff is gross anyway.
Bro,
It's gonna make
no,
your
no,
hands
no, no, no.
smell though.
It's alright.
It's,
I don't
it's gonna
really
smell
know
like
too much
yucky.
about Fibonacci
Yeah, I like
sequence
this stuff.
So if you know it,
It's like flowers and stuff have the Fibonacci sequence, and it's basically you start at 1, and then you just add it. You just add it back. So if you have 2, you'd add it to 1. Get 3. 3 to 1, 5. 5 to 3, 8.
And that's a special color?
and then 8
Yeah,
to
that's like
5.
mirrored throughout all of history.
That's
I mean,
what-
all of nature.
That is nature.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
what nature is.
Yeah, nature's always I mean nature's so cool because it's always
Everything has
adapting.
that spiral. Everything has that spiral.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he
that-
said in pine cones, flowers, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
glad you were able to touch in on that because I don't really know too much about it. I just know it's the foundation.
you guys
of nature.
believe in Scientology? You ever heard of that?
Yes.
Are we
but I
all
don't
faithful
know enough.
Scientologists?
I mean,
Well, it's the rich man's religion.
I don't know. I'm just
Dude,
I'm open
Tom
to
Cruise.
everything. Like
what about like just evolution in general? Like, you can believe in evolution, but what if God created this earth and then purposefully made it so that evolution was possible? And made
No,
it
he
happen?
just sped it up. It's
Right.
like he
Well-
sped up the creation. Think about it.
well, here's
You only
here's-
live.
Sorry,
Let's
keep
say no. Well, let's say you live 80 years.
right.
That's so take 80 years and times that by 365 because there's 365 days in a
Right.
year. So technically, we've only lived like, let's take Jerry for example. How old do you guys think Jerry is? And you know
Yeah,
he had.
yeah.
I don't know any other friends that will actually defend Christianity like Jerry will. So.
right.
But basically, he lived 365 days times. Like, how many days is that?
Dude, I don't know.
That's not even a lot of days. And then you divide that by like,
365.
because you sleep for like a third of your life.
Yeah, dude.
Like, that's it. That's all the days you
Yeah.
have. So I think maybe if you were trying to like maybe evolution exists because it all started with the Big Bang, right?
Right.
And everything went into existence, and eventually it's going to end. I mean, it's just proven. It's all eventually
Right.
going to end. So maybe Earth sped up a little faster and aged things quicker. Like, but
Possibly.
we don't know. Like, we can't prove evolution.
Dude,
Nobody
think
can actually
about
really prove
the
it.
amount of information that we have lost over the years. Like that, like we found like this ancient Mayan calendar deep in the ocean, and it was a while ago, but we just barely figured it out. But they had the entire like solar system mapped out. But like we didn't even know that they knew that back then. We thought they were just retarded. But they knew all that
Whoa.
stuff that we don't even know.
That's a
That was
hard
That was a
word.
harsh word. My bad. I apologize.
No, I'm kidding.
Some people take that sensitively, but like we don't know how much information that we've lost over the years. Like a lot of people. Wonderful. I love that.
Keep going.
A lot of people.
Oh wait, hold on.
Hold
Do this
on.
on speaker.
No,
you hung up.
I'm not answering
Dude,
that anymore. I hate it.
Trump keeps calling him.
Oh,
No way.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You capping.
I'm not.
Dude, all right, he's gonna call him again. Watch.
Dude, answer it.
Yeah, you should have answered
You're
it. That would be
Captain,
so
dog, you're
cool.
Captain.
Okay, it's not real Trump, but it's like an ad for him, you know.
Right.
Sure, that's it.
That's why. That's what.
Damn, bro.
You got like those all
Just wanted to
natural
try
eggs.
Oh,
The raw.
Not anymore.
Take a wham.
all right.
Bro, I'm trying to call him back. They
You know
won't
what?
answer.
Here, we'll.
Dude, are we drinking that?
No, he is.
Oh,
Dude, he's a.
Did you have
master.
2? Oh.
He's a master of drinking eggs.
dude, it's
Wait,
you
wait.
can do it.
No,
It's healthy.
he's not talking now.
Anyway.
He got scared away.
Gosh dang it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, plans for Chicago, man.
That kind of tastes weird.
What about
You
it?
put the juice in that, didn't you?
Just a little tiny bit.
Nasty.
Yeah, but like, you're going to. Have you ever been to Chicago?
The airport.
Yeah, I've been in the airport. Wait, you saw like the big dinosaur and all that? Did you go to that? I had to
So I just
stay
seen
there.
all the aviation stuff.
Yeah, I had to stay there for like
That's
a
not
like a
surprising.
night or two.
At the airport?
Yeah, it was pretty scary. We just stayed in
Dude,
cots
Dude,
and all that.
sleeping in the airport's so bad. It's
Yeah.
so ass.
And it's the first time I saw that like those weird toilets. There's these toilets where like when you flush, there's like this wrap on the toilet seat, and it'll move, right?
Oh, right.
It'll
Yeah,
go, 'cause
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh,
so it's
new
like
shit. So,
Right.
so you have a nice
New
clean thing that you
cheeks.
can put your ass on. Yeah.
Right.
So I think somebody online took a Sharpie because I was like, this is bullshit.
Right.
And like marked it, and then they ran it through, and it came back. I was
Okay.
like, can you believe that?
I
Can you,
mean,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Why
a
don't you
certain
just-
amount of rope, basically, you know?
Yeah,
It just
so they're
filters
just
through,
reusing it.
But well, like, think about it. Where it goes, it could be getting cleaned at the same time.
Yeah, a little UV on it.
Yeah,
That's probably the way it works.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I just don't. The first time I saw that, I was like, man, society's weird.
It's
dude.
pretty cool, though. It's a cool invention.
I guess. It's a toilet. You shit on it.
Yeah, some people are uncomfortable with, like, you hate going to the toilet and sitting on a warm ass toilet seat because it's just been cooked up by some other hairy ass.
Yeah.
But then it just filters through on that one, and maybe, I mean, I would assume that it washes it because that's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing I learned in medieval culture, like they literally, streams were the shitter.
What?
Streams, like streams and creeks.
Oh,
were-
right, yeah.
Like
yeah, you just go take a shit in the river.
now, just imagine that now if that was a society thing now.
Dude, I feel like
In India,
it'd be.
they
I
got
feel
that-
like
yeah,
we'd be
in
a
India,
lot.
that beach.
India's.
We'd be more advanced if we had a shit in a river.
Think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it would be really good for
people get
fitness
so
'cause you'd have to-
comfortable, dude. People get so comfortable with the way we live now. So people are like,
And everyone would have to live next to a river. Las Vegas is
dude,
gone.
if shit hits the fan and we have no technology, how much of the population do you think is just not going to be able to survive? A boatload. A boatload, dude. People are so
probably
used.
a third would die right away. I mean, think about
Oh,
what happened with the
right
toilet,
away?
with the
Easily.
toilet thing.
Oh yeah, everyone's
Trying to
storming
stockpile
Walmart.
sometimes.
Dude, I love Joe Rogan.
I don't really watch
Like,
him.
I love
I don't
him
watch
because
He goes back and forth. He can't stand on anything
well,
concretely.
that's what
I'm
I
making
that's what I
fun of
love,
you.
dude. He sees both sides of every topic. He will evenly.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I feel like that's the
So
one
in his
he
line
goes
of
through
work,
life.
how many people he talks to, dude?
He talks to a boat.
He seems like a scam to me.
I mean, he obviously has a certain belief, but
Sorry.
he I don't know the word.
Hold on, he's dissing on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, dude, that's a swear.
Okay,
word.
now we're all against Jerry. Why do you not like Joe Rogan?
Huh?
He
spits
sold
bars.
He sold his entire life work for like a certain amount of millions of dollars, which is just weird, and it rubs me the
how
wrong
did he
way.
sell
He's
his
an
life's work?
alcohol.
What
Okay,
was his
he's an
life?
alcoholic comedian.
What was his
He's-
life work?
His podcast. He sold out.
He
to
sold it
he
to
sold out to
Spotify.
Spotify.
Dude, he didn't sell it. They just
Oh.
sponsor him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he got
Or
rid of
he
everything else
sponsors
on
them,
YouTube, yeah.
and he just has more ads, but he's making more money. If
Well,
you were in
maybe
that
that's what
situation,
he's
would you
maybe
not do
supposed to
that?
do.
But it's his life work, though. I don't think
I
I
mean,
would do
maybe
that.
that's
He's
what
a
he was supposed
comedian.
to
Yeah, that's
yo.
true. I wouldn't sell out to anybody. I don't know.
Dude,
Maybe it
I'm
is what
sure.
you're
I'm
supposed
sure
to
that's
do.
the way
Yeah,
he
no,
viewed
don't
it
sell
when
out,
he
man.
first started.
He's
But
selling out.
your point of view changes.
Well, like what? Can he get out of it anytime?
I'm
It's just
sure.
weird.
I bet he
Like,
signed a contract
it,
for
like,
X
weirds me
amount
out
of
that someone
years.
would
But,
do
Yeah.
but whatever,
signing a
dude.
contract. That's where I say people sell their souls.
Right. I mean,
So you have
I
to
guess.
abide by that contract.
Yeah, but
or else your
you
life's
before you
fucked.
sign the contract, you can to agree to
That's
your
so
own
weird to me.
terms.
That's so weird to me.
Dude, that's like
what you
going on
do.
Xbox or on Call of Duty, and they have the license agreement. You ever actually read through that?
No, hell no.
And my
No one
stupid ass, I
fucking
was like,
does
let's give this a try because the new Call of Duty was made by China.
that. Okay.
Literally, Cold War. It was made it was made in Shanghai.
Right.
So that's crazy because it was a game about the Cold War made by communists because they're still communists. Russia is not, but they still
Russia's
are.
not communist.
No.
What
Dude,
even
they
is
have been
Russia?
communists for a fat
Really?
minute.
Yeah, since like the
yeah.
90s.
See, I don't get into politics. I don't know
But for
shit
some
about
reason,
politics.
America still the American media still disses on them, even though they have been like we haven't fought with them for so long.
Dude.
Like they basically, I think the USSR died in I think like early 90s,
Sure.
and I mean Putin was part of the KGB, but like they had all this stuff going that like they were sending mercenaries to Syria. My brother's a Marine and he was over there.
Mm-hmm.
They were picking up dead Kurds and all that stuff. They're a bunch of people that are like getting
Like an ethnic group.
they're getting extinguished. They're disappearing. But anyway, yeah, like the media just like to say how bad Russia was, but I don't think Russia's the problem. I think China is. Like they're in Disney too. Do you know that?
Yeah. Dude, they're making a whole Zootopia land.
Oh wait,
Disneyland.
I have a
That's
question
weird.
for
You hate Joe Rogan.
Yes.
I don't care.
no
Question.
for the viewers at home. I just met these guys. What's your name again?
Carson.
Okay,
That's
so
not
Carson.
your name.
Critter.
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 Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So we're talking about religion and stuff like that, and you think that you sort of become self-actualized and you kind of like unlock the like God in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you achieve that, I want to know what you think happens after your life on Earth. Like if you've like reached your potential, and if you haven't, what happens?
Okay. So, do you believe in dimensions or densities?
Yeah, I suppose I do.
So, right now, like a density, I don't know the difference between dimension and density. Like, I'm pretty sure they're the same fucking thing. So you can put fifth density / dimension, like to write it out if you want to.
Oh.
But a density is your consciousness, and so right now the Earth was in 3D consciousness. Now we're moving up to 4D consciousness.
And what's that determined by?
Your state of mind, the way
Yeah,
you think.
yeah, your state of mind. Like
Your mindset.
Oh, let's see. What was I about to say?
What do you think this is?
Each density resonates with one of your chakras. So like
Oh,
the
yeah.
root is the first, sacral is the second, solar plexus is the third, heart is your fourth. That's where we're going into now. So the ego is going to start to dissipate from ourselves, and we're just going to start to fall into more of a loving mindset,
I
because
hope that's the way it
the
goes.
fourth density is the love frequency. It's the love chakra. And so that's just going to be like the vibe around, like flowing around the air. It's just love. And the second coming, I don't think Jesus is actually going to come back as a physical being. We're only going to be able to feel his vibe. And that's the love frequency.
So what do you think, the rapture? Do you believe in the rapture? Because that's
What's
basically his second coming. The rapture is when the second coming basically, and then all the true believers ascend into heaven, and all the non-believers or the real sinners are stuck on earth. And there's this crazy war. I don't know if this is even, it could be just a bad interpretation, but yeah, that's a lot of like end of the world Christians. Like take for example, you guys ever heard of Waco?
That sounds so
Sounds
It was
familiar.
it was a plague Christian. He had like a whole cult,
Okay.
and they
The
got
ATF.
destroyed by the ATF. Yeah.
They had
What the hell's the ATF?
that's like.
You don't know what the ATF is?
Yeah, what's that stand for?
Man, I don't even know what it stands for. They're basically like they deal with
What was
terrorists.
that called?
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
true.
look it
Yeah,
up.
because
Oh.
I've heard it, but I didn't really know like what it means.
Oh.
Like,
No, I don't know.
But
this stuff is gonna be weird.
back to
I'm
your
excited to
original
try that.
question of like where do I think we go when we die?
Right.
So this is how I just realized today how I should explain it.
Oh.
So a DMT trip. What do you take a DMT trip for?
Do you know what DMT is?
It's not to get into it for an experience and to get something out of that experience. You go into it with intent of learning something.
Yeah.
That's what being born is. We smoke that DMT. Like life's a trip. We
You're a
smoke that
toast.
DMT. We come down to earth
To learn.
to learn and experience as much as we can. And then when we die, that's us just coming out of the DMT trip.
But it's kind of like a
And
test
then
too, though.
we just go, yeah.
Well,
it's a
your
test.
your brain, I guess, releases
So,
DMT
wait.
when you die.
It does.
Dude,
You have
that's what
DMT in
dreams-
you.
That's what dreams are. It's DMT.
But
It's
when
released.
when you
'Cause you build it up during the day, however much serotonin you
been-
use or you gain or
Been
whatever.
dreaming so hard
You-
recently.
You
Oh,
you're building up
those
that,
hard dreams.
that
Dude, I
serotonin
love
and
dreams.
everything in your cells, and then
it's good.
when you dream, you let it all go. You know, you finally just let your body.
You let go.
That's like
you
when you
leave your
meditate.
body.
When you meditate, you can have like outer body experiences.
Have you gotten into meditation at all?
Anywhere in the cosmos you want to.
I like Pilates.
Anywhere.
Dude,
Yoga.
I would
What's
highly
this?
recommend meditation.
What kind of
Should
meditation?
we do Wim Hof?
Wim Hof.
we do
The
Wim
Wim
Hof
Hof
on the
method.
podcast?
What's Wim
No, we
Hof?
shouldn't.
Why?
Because
What do you get naked and
No.
like, dance in a
No.
circle?
It's like 15 minutes. If you want
So
to
what
at
you
the
do
end.
is you inhale all, like fully and then exhale only half of your oxygen and then repeat that like 40 times. And then like what that's doing is changing the chemical composition like in your body.
That's like breathing really hard gets you like an oxygen high. Oh man, that oxygen.
Right? You do that a bunch of times and then you let go of all of your oxygen and try and sit there for as long as you can without any oxygen in the lungs.
Yo, we should actually knock somebody out right now. Who wants to be knocked out?
Not me.
Talking about breathing.
Meditation, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I think
Dude,
Really?
I promise you, you're not
Dude,
gonna
I
regret it,
guarantee
man.
you. I
It's
guarantee if you guys did
insane.
this, you would like your body would be like
Dude, your body
I know, but it's
you
just
would be
like
so
is
overwhelmed.
vibrating
You
on
would be
another
so-
level.
you
Like
would be
it
so-
opened my mind just experiencing
a
that. It-
nicotine buzz.
have you ever had a
one of them?
nicotine buzz?
Nicotine buzz?
Nicotine is right.
Okay,
Okay,
but
yeah,
have you
but
ever
it's
had
a
one?
nicotine,
Have
right?
you ever
Nicotine's
had
gross, but that's a natural rush.
Have
It's
you
a natural
never had
rush.
nicotine buzz?
Dude, I'm
That's
a
a cat.
teetotaler.
There's no way you've
that?
definitely had a nicotine buzz, Solomon.
The fuck's that?
That's a
I'm
cat.
straight edge.
Okay. Okay.
I know you've had a
I've been
nicotine
don't.
buzz.
But okay, basically, yeah.
It's
well,
that times 1,000.
well, it's like
Yeah.
I haven't done enough to like. That's the thing. Talking about that now, dude. Like nicotine and all that.
That's
like,
not good for you.
It doesn't matter if it's like it's so people get so hooked.
Yeah, I know.
How
It's
do you
an
get
addictive
off of
chemical,
it? How
bro.
do you get off of it?
I just stopped doing it.
I
Dude,
just stopped.
you try to cut it cold turkey, but you know there's Zyn pouches, right? Little pouches of nicotine that you can just throw in. It's at a lower level, and it's a different experience for sure.
just-
But like it takes away from like vaping and stuff like that, and then you can slowly. If you want to quit it, then you over time easily can for sure. I mean, not easily. It's
I was
hard.
gonna say, dude, in high school, I anytime I was like with a bunch of friends, like, yo, I'd be like, all right, then. But like, I never like did it enough to where I actually like.
You never got a buzz?
Well,
Yeah, I catch a buzz off that one rip the first time.
like the banana, like the disposable ones, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
My friends got. Ugh.
Dude, it doesn't like you can get Nick sick, and that's not fun. That's not. That's.
I just think the
fun.
whole thing is like my dad has. Oh, I'm not gonna
I've
expose my
never
dad,
had
but
that.
like,
Yeah.
Solomon's dad getting exposed.
Never
Solomon's dad.
Live on the BoxCast.
For real? Damn.
I don't know. I think a lot of vapors eventually switch to cigarettes, and I just like.
Dude,
Yeah, honestly.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to expose myself.
Actually, I don't know.
care.
I don't know, man.
You don't care.
No. So I mean, like starting nicotine. There's no way I'm gonna try a cigarette, right? I'd be fiending.
Have you
sometimes.
tried?
I have.
Gosh
I was
dang it! See,
drunk-
it's like a
I was
trap.
drunk off my ass, dude, and a nicotine buzz is what I needed. So I went to the gas station and picked up them old used ones. Got me what I
You sound like
needed.
a homeless
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He's like
Yeah,
so
dude.
drunk. He's like runs to the gas station.
Yeah,
like,
dude, it was definitely sus, but I
could
mean,
see-
I never would have done that if I didn't start.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
there's no way.
I could see you searching through like the sand pit.
Yeah,
where all the
yeah,
cigarettes
yeah,
are.
of course.
Asking somebody inside.
I don't
the
remember
fucking
because I'm
ashram.
completely off that stuff now. It's not good for you at all.
Yeah.
Bro. It's not. That was a high school.
Dude, everything's bad for you. Like when everyone's like, "Oh, you smoke."
Marijuana's
well, it's
not
like,
bad
well,
for you.
Well, you
It
sit
could
on
be.
your ass all day and watch TV.
Well, yeah.
Like everybody has
Yeah,
something
you're
that is
you're a
slowly
lazy
killing
ass,
them.
dude. You know everybody's addicted to something. Everybody's addicted to something.
Hmm.
No, that's a.
You can
We're
get
all
rid of all
addicted to
addictions,
eating.
though. I think that you can get rid of them all.
Well, I mean, dude. What do you define an addiction as?
Well-
An addiction couldn't be bad. I'm addicted to soccer. I love soccer, dude. I'm addicted to playing that sport. I have my own addiction. That's an
Addicted to
addiction
the
alone.
gym,
I'm
dog.
addicted to the gym. I'm addicted to smacking a burger whenever the fuck I want, right? Just stuff like that. You know, like addiction is a very vague term.
Common thing.
Okay, well, I'm talking like vices.
With drugs,
Yeah.
right?
No, not just drugs.
No, like any sort of vice.
What do you mean?
Drinking.
Right.
Like
No,
coping-
no
like a
drug,
coping
no
thing?
drug.
Just like chilling,
Drugs
just
and
like
alcohol.
wasting all your time.
Let's take like pornography for
yes,
example.
that.
That's addictive.
Yeah.
You know,
So
Or sugar.
Yeah,
sugar's
sugar.
addictive. Hella.
There's
Or-
there's a
yeah,
ton
what do you
of-
think of this?
It's fucking amazing.
Dude.
Really?
Does that have
Yes.
coconut in it?
Yeah. It's
What's
pistachio,
Pistachio, dude.
banana, and coconut. Yeah. I thought it would be like a really good like space
I
food.
love-
You know, it's like
I love
space
pistachio.
mush.
It's goopy. It's
Pistachio.
mushy.
Pistachio.
Space mush.
This is the weirdest thing is that his third eye is open. If
Dude, y'all's are. Everyone in this room.
Everyone has open.
Like,
So
An
can,
open mind.
can people not have?
Completely
Yeah, their third eye's
open-minded.
open.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
You're
dude.
closed-minded. You
Hey.
just think about things through a tunnel hole.
What-
you
what
don't think
close-
about things like an open mind. You're open to things. Like if someone tells you something, and then you process it a certain way. If I'm told a certain thing, then I'm just like no, or yes, a certain way. I don't look at all the other things that come into like effect. Right. I don't look at all the other outcomes.
being able to just
Well, I'm
want
not.
to look that 360-degree view instead of somebody saying something and then just shutting it down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dude, no, I
so
don't
so
believe
you're
that.
gonna
Yeah.
listen to a
That's why I sit in
neo-Nazi.
silence. You sit there and listen.
You'll listen to a neo-Nazi.
What
And
is
here's
that?
point.
Well, I gotta.
Define that for me.
I mean, yeah.
I,
There's a reason for
neo-Nazis
everything, man.
neo-Nazis
Gotta
are
do
like Confederates that went the full embracing Hitler. Like they like Hitler's idea, they want to live on.
they think that
Dude,
like
would you
I
listen to
wanna-
his
I
point of
wanna
view?
hear their
Dude,
point of view.
I
Yeah,
mean,
why do they
dude,
think
listen
that?
to this. My dad was talking to some
Oh,
German
bro,
guy because
explain
he was
it.
his client, and he was like,
Listen,
when,
you like Genghis Khan.
when,
Shut up.
when World War II was going on, what Hitler and the German government was telling all their people is that they were being invaded and they needed to fight for their freedom.
Yeah.
That's all they were
The whole
told.
world was against him. Yeah.
Right, but they
Which
didn't
is
know
true.
that. They didn't know that. They thought they were the good guys. That's what they were fighting for. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, these guys are invading us, so I need to go
Yeah,
kill
the
them. They didn't
soldiers.
really know that Hitler was
Yeah,
actually
through
trying to take
propaganda.
over.
Yeah, they were saying that the Jews were taking over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, his
So
idea.
people
so
were,
it's-
we were
We always
totally
start
in the
talking about
dark.
it.
They don't
man.
like. They don't.
Yeah, we're going
like,
off topic
like, see,
here,
that's
but
the,
it's okay.
And
I
that's
like
also
it.
that's also where your pineal gland's not open. Is you just like somebody
Your
says
what?
it, you just your pineal gland,
What's
third
that?
eye, third eye. It's
Where is it?
See,
it's my ass.
See, so like,
Dude, you can look
so
at
like
your
your
third eye.
So like your third
Close,
eye's
no,
right
close
here.
your eyes and
So if you
look
go
up.
back to right there, and then go up to right there, that's where it is.
Close your eyes and look up. If you see a white
right
thing right
there.
there, that's your third eye.
Like where?
Show your
Just
eyes
go
and
up.
look straight
Try and look up.
Is there
Try and look up there.
like
You see
cross
some-
my eyes and look up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
do that. It's been proven over and over again.
Try.
Wait. There was a question I
Okay.
wanted to ask. Oh.
Dude, when you told me that and I looked, I saw a white thing. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah, it's insane.
that wasn't there before.
What is
You
the
just
name of
look
that?
at your brain. Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like this.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it's
were
shaking.
going back to like we were. This was supposed to mostly be about aliens, man. We're going all over the place,
Dude, aliens have been confirmed,
Aliens
brother.
is
I
all of this.
Did you know I talked to this guy at what's that funny mall in
That funny mall.
that funny mall in downtown Salt Lake. What is it called?
Valley Fair.
No, not Valley Fair. No, in like that right next to the temple.
the Apple Store.
No, the
Gateway?
mall.
Gateway.
Not the Gateway either. That's
Gateway is the mall.
Bro,
there's another one.
There's like 4.
It's like the
There's-
Mormon
I
Mall.
swear
It's
there's
the
no-
Mormon
oh,
Mall.
We all know
Mormon
the one you're talking about. All the U-turns in
Mormon
there.
What is
no
it
idea,
called?
Dude, I don't go
Figure it
shopping
out.
all the time, bro.
It's
not my
called,
deal.
Mall.
I forgot. Damn it. This isn't working. Anyway, when we went and walked around in our hazmat suits for that one YouTube video, we went to this mall and we went to McDonald's just to get some drinks.
Right.
And this guy Like really, really, like he looked at us. He's like, "You guys got it all figured out." Right? He was there with his wife. She was just eating a bird, right? And so
Right.
he walks over to us, sits next to us, and says, "Oh, where'd you guys get all this stuff?" Right? Start talking to me. Anyway, he went so far all of a sudden to say like McDonald's is basically human meat. That's why it's so addictive.
It's been, there's a conspiracy theory that they put human meat in it.
That's why the
Oh.
quarter pounder is so expensive because it has to be fresh. They have to cook it fresh.
It's not
Yeah.
fresh.
But
No, it is. No, it is.
I
it
did
is.
not-
I've-
no, he works there. He is.
Yo, I worked
Whoa,
there
but
too.
it's frozen though. It's
Oh,
frozen.
Contradictory.
yeah, it's not
And
like
then
it's
it's
not
thawed.
like
You
straight
worked
from
for a
there.
cannibal farm.
But
It's frozen and thawed,
it's
but then
frozen.
cooked fresh.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he was saying that, and then he was talking about aliens too, saying over like that Kennecott, like the pollution plant, basically. He said there was a saucer just raining on the mountain, just moving around, and it was literally like pouring water. Like,
Interesting. Well, dude, there's things. It's
so
super
many people
expensive.
can literally say whatever, dude.
It's extremely expensive, but people like for cities and stuff like that, if they have a water drought, they can shoot this thing up in the air and it just pops and explodes and it attracts clouds.
Why don't we use that all the damn time,
'Cause
dude?
it's extremely expensive, dude. So people in need for water that are in a drought, they do that.
Me personally, I think that I don't know if you guys have heard the expression.
I mean,
Nothing.
I guess you could. You gotta have
there's
some
nothing new
powerful
under
ass mind.
There's nothing new under the sun, which by that also means nothing can change under the sun. So people control weather already. I have like this weird conspiracy
Dude, our
theories,
weathermen still can't get the weather right.
It's 'cause they're
well, the
I believe
weathermen
that.
aren't in on the controlling of weather. They're not in on
What do you
it.
think about the news?
The
Is it
news is so
filtered?
fake.
We all know at this point that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
What do you think
They-
about the,
what
they only
the stuff
they
that
want you to hear.
They only show us stuff that they want us to hear.
Well, yeah,
And
we
they
gotta
only show
stick-
us stuff when we want to panic about it.
What's the stuff? What do you think about the stuff they teach us in schools
dude,
though?
that's
Besides
why
the
we're-
news,
That's why we're so controlled.
What do you mean, just like normal stuff?
yeah, like just like oh,
Yeah,
like
well,
I
facts.
think
what are we
we're
gonna
taught
do?
to learn a certain way so that we become a worker bee.
Do you think that we get taught things that are just like blatantly false to put things in our head?
Possibly. I know that Google has hella shit that's out there that's super false. That like
Same
It's-
with
it's
Wikipedia.
Or things
the
totally
guy,
just
the guy who
removed.
made
It's because you can
Wikipedia is
change
actively
the info.
fighting against it.
As soon as
really.
the printing press got
Oh, yeah.
made,
It's his
things
whole
can
thing.
be erased from history.
yeah.
As soon as there's books, just stop printing whatever you don't like. Everyone starts learning from books. Now you're okay.
Well, that's like getting rid of all the statues in the South.
Do you think the
Yeah.
value of CDs is going to go up in the future? Because I mean, VHS is pretty popular. Like I mean, right now, me wanting a VHS if I have, videos of my kids say I'm an adult and all my stuff is on a VHS and I don't have a thing to watch it on, like I'm gonna want that super bad.
I don't think so. There's thumb drives now, where you can run a video through a little thumb drive. Like
Right.
in the past 10 years, they've made it so a little thumb drive can have 120 something gigs.
Right.
You know what it used to be? Like 400 millibytes. That's what it used to be. And so no, I don't think. I think CDs, maybe for movies. No, because you can just buy. Like I buy my movies off YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, but what if someone has like
That's what you're doing right now. Think about 50 years in the future.
When
When
50
they
years
don't
in the
even
future,
make
we'll have
that
chips in our head.
I don't
But
think
they
that
don't
shit's
just-
gonna matter.
But they don't even make
Nah,
CDs
fuck
anymore in
that
the future,
neon
bro.
shit.
I just want
Chips in your head?
and then the
Fuck that.
technology, bro.
Chips
just
in your
the
head.
internet goes boom.
They are
goes
going to
dark.
s-
Fuck that.
I'm gonna watch my shows on a CD
Yeah.
when I can't
How
stream,
would
when I
you
can't
know
go on Netflix anymore.
as soon as he's okay. So about these neural
Neuro chips.
implants, right? Here's the thing: in our lifetime, by the time we're like 70 or something, they're gonna start saying, put your soul into this chip, download it into this
Hell no.
yeah,
this
put
is
it
your
into the
chip.
storage
This is
so that
your-
you can be
Yeah.
immortal. Put it in the storage, be immortal.
Yeah,
and then all these atheists who don't believe in shit, they think that they're
Joe
gonna
Rogan.
die.
Joe Rogan.
Download
Joe
their
Rogan.
download
Is
their
he
brain.
atheist?
Horrible torture for eternity. As long as your soul's in there, just getting tortured.
He wants to get that microchip right away, dude. I mean, tax
I know,
all
it's-
the damn time.
Like what the government wants.
Brain
They wanna
control
turn,
while it's
they
in
wanna
you.
turn humans into machines.
When it's in you, it's brain control. You're a machine. When you're in it, it's hell.
Dude,
It's just
I actually
hell.
have a game like this. You guys ever seen Inception? The
It
movie?
sounds
my
so
favorite
fucking
movie.
familiar.
That is my favorite movie.
It's a movie
Yeah,
where they
Dream
can go
Within
into other
Dreams.
people's dreams. I have a game where it's the reality of what that actually would be.
Okay.
And it's they they take this brain for like a test, right? For this test to like be able to go into dreams, go into other people's minds. So it was like a donated brain, right, from a killer.
Yeah.
You know, because they killed him, so they're like, oh, let's use his brain for this.
That sucks.
Basically, there was still some of his brain still
Functioning.
of himself. So they hook up a bunch of people, but it's still this guy's sick mind, and he was like a sick killer. Like he was deranged, and he had this whole history for it. But like, this game's basically Inception, but you don't know it at first. So I'm not gonna tell you the name because you guys will play it eventually. But like, I think the Neuralink thing, like. Yeah, you're damn right. It would be a nightmare because in this game, it's like
you don't know
the
what
cells that are against
behind
you. Like, remember in Inception, like the enemy cells are just people, and they look at you and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
They want to kill you." This is like your worst nightmare because it's a dream, so it can be anything, not just a person that's coming
It
to
could
kill
be
you.
like a Leviathan.
Dude, what it is like a lady with like 6 arms. Like crawling towards you because it's trying to kill you. So like in your mind you're gonna what's something that's trying to kill me? Some ugly, disgusting looking thing. So yeah, I think it would be hell. Joe Rogan would get in there and he would instantly regret it.
Yeah.
He'd want to die. He'd be like, all right, give me. I would rather die than be in this. But,
Dude, the chips are super sus because like think about it, dude. If everyone got those chips in. And they're easily accessible through like Bluetooth and stuff like that.
Ooh,
dude,
yeah.
what if... Dude, yeah, you can just get hacked.
You can already...
They will hack
think
your
about how
mind,
radio
bro. They're
waves-
gonna hack you, and you're gonna be something else. You'll be turned into
You'll
a
be a
little
sucker.
robot,
You
little
can't even-
warrior, dude, who can't control shit.
You can't even trust them to teach you the right things, and
No.
you're gonna trust them to like mess with
Belief
your brain.
systems.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
this
yeah,
is gonna
I
be a
don't trust
record
the
then.
government
If that
with
comes
shit.
out, you're not gonna do it.
No, hell
If that
no.
comes
I
out.
am never
You wanna
getting
know-
to that
You
thing
want to know? I was
installed.
reading something about it, and it said that it's gonna hopefully be able to give you psychic powers, like psychic
No
abilities.
way.
We already have that shit.
Yeah,
All right,
dude, that's
now
what
he
the
wants it.
temptation-
He's
That's
like,
what the-
wait a
well, no,
minute.
no, that's
I
what
don't
the-
even think that's possible.
That's
There's
what the
no
chakras
fucking
are.
way.
You don't
Well,
think
no.
you don't think telekinesis and
No,
telepathy?
I
and
do.
shit
I think we
possible?
already have that stuff accessible between us, but I don't think the chip is gonna access that
Well, that's
point.
what. That's what.
Think about
yeah,
it. It
no,
can
yeah,
open
that's
your
what they-
brain
no,
all the
that's
way
what
up.
They were saying.
Well, I
That's
mean-
what they were saying on it.
I don't know what you mean by it will open up your brain a lot.
Well,
Like,
a
what
lot
do
of
you
people,
mean?
a lot of scientists like to say that we're not using our brain to its full capacity.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
So-
that's not proven, right?
yeah, I don't think it's.
There's
real.
still
I
a
just,
lot of-
like,
I mean,
I mean, it makes sense.
The goal's government is to calcify our pineal gland, get as much calcium around as possible, so then it can't be open. So
I just
so
think
then
they
it's
want
not
to kill
open.
us. I don't think they're.
I think
I
No,
think
they
they're
want
turning
to.
us
No, they
into
want to
just,
keep
like,
us in fear.
farm-
The
They wanna
people-
keep-
the
yes.
people who,
yeah, we're
we're
sheep getting
turned
led to the
into-
slaughterhouse.
the people who rule the world want us to. I think they want us to live in hell, sort of like just suffer as much as they can, because, well, it really doesn't matter what I believe actually, because the only thing that matters truly is the Bible and the new covenant with Jesus Christ. And I think that you'd be into it, all the stuff you're saying. I think you really like it. Does your spirituality, does that have to do anything with like forgiveness of sin and stuff like that?
Yeah, because we don't just spread love, bro. We also can like.
Oh yeah, no.
We're
That's the-
human.
That's the
bro.
thing. That,
We are
that's the
human
thing that
and we
people.
make
That's the
mistakes.
thing that people don't get. Like spirituality.
Atheists say there is
like
no
yeah,
such
like I'm
thing.
posting about all the good things about it, but like if you have good, you have to have bad. So there's a positive side of spirituality, negative side of spirituality. You wanna know what I believe the negative side is? Like let's say schizophrenia,
Ugh.
or mental health issues, and like schizophrenia, you have auditory hallucinations. Okay.
Right.
What I believe is because we're able to be contacted by higher dimensional beings, like positive entities. Like I've heard one when I got into my first crash, going 80 miles an hour.
Dang,
It was
you're
like-
just like Luis.
I was
dude.
like- I was
Luis
like-
told me about his
I was like,
experience.
slow down. It was like, slow down, slow down, slow down. And I looked over to my right because there was a car there, and it was like 2 old people in there, and they were just like looking at me like, and it was like, slow down, slow down. And then next thing you know, it's just,
Gone
well,
crash.
everything obviously.
What happened? What did you hit? Like, it's a near-death
Somebody
experience.
pulled out in front of me.
Ooh.
They turned left, and then
Were
I
you
got
going
behind.
like 100 miles an hour?
Were you on the highway? Where were
80.
you on?
So do you
80 miles an
think
hour.
do you think
It
that's
wasn't
That's
a highway.
insane.
It was like a. I mean, I guess you could call it a highway.
No,
but
you were speeding.
It would be like
definitely.
Main Street.
Call 'em
It'd
out,
be
call 'em
like
out.
Main Street. It'd be like Main Street.
Bad boy.
But yeah, and then I heard it again when I was meditating one time, because I was like going through a rough patch, and it was my spirit guides, and they came to me and was like, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna work out in your favor, just keep doing you, like everything will be fine.
Maybe that
Everything
was
will be
just God. I mean,
Yeah, that could
And
be the
hey,
Holy Spirit.
That's
The Holy Spirit, higher self. That's what.
That's
it is.
what. Yeah, that's what
what
he
your
thinks
Holy
is your
Ghost is.
Holy Ghost is your higher
Your
self.
guardian
speaking.
angels, your spirit guides.
Well,
I believe in guardian angels because I've been saved, man.
Ooh, I got
Really?
something to.
yeah, that.
Did
yeah.
I never tell you about that car crash?
Oh shit, that was
You might
crazy.
have.
I almost killed me, Brock, Austin, Jude. I almost killed them.
It's a lot of homies.
Yeah, man. It's because it was my first time going on Canyon Road. I'm gonna go really quick because I already talked about it on a podcast. But basically, I was gonna turn into traffic on the Canyon Road, like literally, like in a minute. That's like we were getting ready to do that. Everyone was getting strapped in, right? Because we pulled over because we're like, oh shoot, this canyon roads. There's no stop signs. So there's no lights either, so people are going constantly, like a constant 50,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And of course they're speeding too. So I was gonna do that basically right before we did it. A huge car crash happened, like 30 feet in front of us. Huge car crash. A truck came in, another car. Right before I was gonna do that. If I was to make that turn, I would have killed or damaged most of my friends. Like
Right.
we were gonna go into head-on traffic because you can't turn. But what did I know? I had just started driving,
Right.
and I didn't know that canyon roads were like that.
Right.
Mhm.
So anyway, I get out of the car and check to make sure people were alive, all this crazy stuff. But yeah, man. So,
That's insane.
So I do believe that was just last summer. Also, my dad too. Like he got his. It was right when I got my truck registered. We just had my truck and my dad's motorcycle. Like those were the only two vehicles that were going at that moment. Because my dad, got rid of his other car. Anyway, it was the week that I got my car registered and got it working and everything. It was that week. And then my dad, that weekend, cut his fingers off.
Damn.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I sent you a video.
Yeah.
If I hadn't have registered and got my truck all together, he wouldn't have his fingers right now. Because they tried to, they're all scarred up, but they got him back on.
Damn.
Yeah, that's good.
But
That's dope.
there was no, so yes, I believe in guardian angels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, once you start
I
thinking
call them
about
spirit
guardian
guides.
angels more, you
Right,
start
they're the
noticing
same
things.
person.
Yeah, that's true.
Like looking at numbers. Like if you
what I-
check the time, it's 444. Just happens like out of nowhere. Like that's your guardian angel. Like letting you know that you're like doing stuff right, or whatever. Like you're it. Did you not know that?
That could be feedback
have
from the
you
solar
ever-
system.
If you just
I
you
saw
have-
666.
you
The
have-
devil's close.
You have not,
Devil's
never seen
close.
666.
not necessarily.
Really?
that
Like
is
you're
the
going
devil
through
number,
Instagram
but-
on your followers, and
I
like
meant
you click
look
on
at
one of
the
your
clock.
friends, and they have 666 followers. You're
Right.
like, okay, the
Right.
devil's close.
But like, if you're on your phone and you're playing a song, and then you just check, and then it's like that's just 11 or just 1-1 and then 1-1 just for like a split second.
Maybe that's
like
just-
that's just something.
Coincidence, like
Well, yeah, but if it happens consistently throughout the day, that's just telling you something.
Oh,
for
wait.
sure.
He said, the Holy Spirit is like your higher consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah.
In John. Yeah, in John. If you remember, so do you remember how John was talking in the book of John? It's like the Holy Spirit, like Jesus is a part of God. Holy Spirit is like a part of Jesus,
The
part of
Godhead.
God. And then, the Holy Spirit and Jesus, you're a part of them. So in a way, he is like right because you are like connected up into
Yeah,
God and
everything's
Jesus.
cool. Well,
you should read the book of John.
But going back to the beginning, that video you sent me,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. Maybe some of it's pretty cool, like with the constellations and all that, but the rest of it, I think, is total BS.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like saying
Like the other
saying
gods
that-
born on the same day.
When the astrology shit was coming on, like when it had the cross section and like
That-
circle
yeah,
line,
that's
dude,
real.
that's where I
Legit.
really.
But
where
that's
I
real.
really
And then
was
he's like, oh, but Jesus is in every single religion. I'm like, okay.
That's not correct.
The thing,
He's not saying Jesus is in every single religion.
No, but he
they're
said
all-
like
They're all
Jesus.
connected.
Yeah.
They're all
but the
same.
thing is
Right.
he uses Egypt a lot, and he says that like there's Egyptian hieroglyphics of Jesus being born. I'm just gonna say one thing. I don't have a ton of evidence that I can't list authors or anything else, but
Yeah.
I can say one thing. Egypt was known for not telling the truth. They were known for misinformation. You know what?
Like ancient Egypt?
Yeah.
Really?
They said that there was no such thing as slavery.
Like raw.
No, I'm saying the slavery deal.
Oh.
Like that built the pyramids. Like
They use
I don't
slaves.
think
how could they not like? Think about the sanitary thing. Like I was talking about this before. Like everybody is all shaved and all that. Like why is that? Why do you think that is? Maybe it's because they're all packed together like rats.
Right.
Maybe that like Moses. Like it said that Moses is the biggest falsehood in the entire Bible, and I'm like, without Moses, there wouldn't be, like the Jewish people would not exist.
Well, the thing you have to realize is that God created all people, even the ancient Egyptians, and so we're all God's children, you know, and
Yeah.
He'll want all of us to live righteously, and I think that's why maybe that could be an explanation. I'm not saying for certain, but maybe that's why, you know, Christ has been mirrored throughout like every single religion, like what we were talking about earlier.
And here's another reason why, like I say that
It's a
God,
copy of
that
the
we
other
are
religions.
God. Is
No, it's not a
because-
copy.
Is because God, he's the source. He's the source of all creation, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the source of that shit. Like the Big Bang
That
Theory.
shit?
I came
You
up.
think it's shit?
I came up with this. No, I came up with this theory in my head, and like I realized like a week ago that it's the exact it's the Big Bang Theory, but mine goes back to before the Big Bang Theory, and
There's nothing beyond the Big Bang.
How'd the Big Bang happen?
How did
Your
it
dad
explode?
just talked about this.
Well, yeah, it was created.
We can't understand. I don't.
From
we
what?
can't
Well,
understand
look,
it.
this is what I
something that's
believe.
outside of
Okay,
our
let-
dimension.
This is what I believe, okay? So you have a particle here, a particle in space here, particle in space here, okay? They eventually will start attracting each other and intertwining with each other, and then they get super duper close and they start rubbing up against each other. What does friction create? It creates heat. And heat has to be able to create more particles. And so more and more and more particles are being created, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and then heat turns into light eventually, and then energy. And then it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and like this is what stars are. Gets bigger and bigger and bigger, eventually turns into a black hole. Fucking explodes. And then like every black hole that explodes, every Big Bang, I believe is just God prestiging up. Because even he can't just sit here. He has to continue to keep growing and learning and experiencing new things.
I think God knows it all, man. I really do.
It doesn't matter
Maybe.
what he knows though, because he's already told
Do you
us how to
think
live
he's
our
still
life.
learning?
It
Dude,
doesn't matter to
I
me.
believe
I feel like there's always
every
room to
black
learn.
every
At least
black
for us
hole that
humans.
explodes.
That makes
can't
it
know
sound
everything.
so crappy saying, well, God can learn things too.
But the
Well,
only
yeah, I guess
the
that's
only
true.
thing that we need to understand about
He's
God,
mortal.
we don't need to understand whether he's mortal or not. The only thing we have to understand is what he's told us how to live our life. That's the only thing we need to know. So it doesn't matter to me like, oh, is Satan and God, how was the universe created? That doesn't matter because I'm going to die, I'm going to live, and that is not going to be applicable to whether I go to heaven or hell.
I believe heaven and hell is where we are. Like ego's the devil, that would be hell. Have yourself as God. If ego's the devil,
What do you
then
think
God
about
is within.
Satan?
Yeah,
If ego's the
we
devil,
gotta
then God is
actually
within.
end this, bro. We're getting I think we've gone way over an hour, which is good though.
Yeah.
None of them, but I do inspiration. I really am enjoying this. I
Dude,
I don't have
yeah, this is
anybody
fun.
else that I can really talk about.
Too much fun, bro. I would
Dude,
like to
I
keep
love
talking
it, bro.
about
Like,
religion.
text me anytime.
Like Marshall,
shit for this
anytime I talk to him about it, he's like, "Who cares?"
Dude, I
Doesn't
literally
matter.
go
Like,
to
that's
the
like a
sauna
Jew, too.
at the gym just to talk to random people about religion.
Dude, I actually want to start having any kind of person on this. Like, there's
Yeah, dude.
there's
that'd
this
be
guy
just
that
go ask a
hikes
dude on the
around.
street, bro.
Ooh,
But hey,
maybe.
I got a podcast.
I don't know if I want some random dude know where I live though. Think
Yeah,
about
I
it.
guess that's
Think
true.
about if he's like a junkie.
Well, you gotta make sure he's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll bring him on, and he's like contrary to all our beliefs, and then he knows where you live.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
not
then
be
he just
good.
kills you.
But what I do at the end of every podcast is inspirations, something that inspires you and that can inspire someone else. All right. So Carson, you go first.
Come back to me. I gotta think about what
All right,
inspires,
we'll do Creed then.
inspires me.
I mean, it could be anything because I say a new one literally every time. Just something in life that like you look at and it really boosts you.
The fact that like nothing really does matter. You know, I can make a mistake, but that like that mistake was gonna happen, whether I changed my decision and did the right thing here. But that bad decision, like that bad thing, is gonna come along at some point in time. Like there's a reason for everything. Actually, yeah. Let me just restart. Okay.
First, you said that nothing matters, and then you said there's a reason for everything.
Yeah. Let me restart.
It's a complex view. It's complex.
That
It's complex.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Let me gather my thoughts. Come back to me.
So, I feel like my one piece of advice would be just to be nice to people, right?
No, an inspiration.
No, listen to this, dude. So, I mean, this kind of inspires me to not focus on, like, the big stuff as much. You know, like, this last year, going out to college and learning about more stuff. I mean, I took an astronomy class and was just thinking about space and had a better understanding of how small we really are and how our lifespan on Earth really is nothing.
So short,
it is
yeah.
nothing. It's not even a 1%.
It's not even 10,000 days or
Right, but
100,000 days.
But in this life, a majority of people are thinking about so many big problems and like wanting to I mean, I guess you want to learn more, and you want to know everything, but I don't think that's what we should really do, because everybody on this earth can't even get the simple things right. I feel like what we need to
you want
do.
to take the world's problems on.
Right.
Looking at themselves.
What we need to do, dude, shit, bro, everybody on this earth can't even be nice to each other. If we can't even get the simple shit right, how are we expected to do the big things? How are we expected to even get those things right if I can't even be a nice-ass person? So I feel like everybody, like, going out throughout your life, you need to just focus on the small things. Get the simple shit right, dude. Everybody needs to just be nice to each other, and once we can get that right, then we can take another step up, and then
Hopefully
another step
that
up.
can happen. I mean, it just
Dude,
doesn't
I
look
don't
like
see it happening. I don't see it happening, but like, you know, like we can't even do that. We can't even be nice to each other, dude.
That's what the fourth density is.
So what do you mean?
Jesus said, take the plank out of your eye before you take the speck out of your brother's eye. This is us.
Was that inspirational enough?
Yeah, that was.
You have to take the
inspiration.
plank,
Yeah, that was good.
the society,
Well,
loving each
that's
other.
that's like I'm not gonna rag on BLM, but yeah, they want to take on the world's problems without dealing with their own. They're angry kids that have college debt.
One piece of advice. I said this when I was fucked up on drugs. When I got my wisdom teeth taken out, I was just sitting there and I was like,
You think you had it bad?
Dude, it wasn't even bad, dude. I'll show you the videos. I was in control.
I had to go in 5 times.
I was in control, bro. Anyway, what I said, I was like, square one in life. And I believe this 100%. You need to figure out who you are. You need to understand who you are and what you would do in certain situations. And then you can go from there. Because people will be so focused on what other people are doing, but they don't even know themselves, really. You don't know yourself. You need to figure out who you are and what you would do. And that's what I learned moving out of the house. Every challenge that came my way and stuff that I needed to do really defined who I really was, because it's something that I would do. What would I do in this situation? And what I do, that defines me in just personally. That's what I'm figuring out. You know, I did this in that situation, so that's who I am.
Dude, that's wholesome. That really is. Like it's good to know yourself, and a lot of people don't care about that.
Good.
They're too busy just like comparing.
Yeah, don't focus on what other people are doing, dude. If I'm
we
focused
all have our
on
own
what you're
unique
doing
life.
all the time, dude, I'm gonna be left in the dust. Focus on who you are and better yourself, dude. You need to constantly better yourself every single day. Try and just do that. If I can better myself 1% out of the year, then I'm 365% better than I was the beginning of the year. Right?
Yeah.
Every day,
Yeah,
just
every
try
day.
and take it up a notch.
And that's
just slow,
exponential
piece
if
by
it's-
piece.
1% a day.
What about you? What's your? I really like that.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm
Good.
I'm glad you,
I hope people will listen to that.
dude.
Yeah.
A lot
That
of
was
people
nice.
like just want to compare themselves, man.
Yeah, don't
They
compare
can't get
yourself
over
to
it.
other people,
Like-
dude. Compare yourself to your past self.
No expectations.
Compare yourself to your past self.
That's the problem. Is everybody sets expectations.
Let's hear it.
An inspiration for me?
Yeah, you know, I can't believe we've been friends for a minute. I just
Dude.
have to say that real quick.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
We
I've
all
been in
we all
middle
met on the
school.
bus in 8th grade.
Yeah, dude, we were on the same bus, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, that bus was lit,
so
bro. That
fun.
was a
That was
vibe.
so
And now we're doing this, man.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love to
Oh,
see it.
yeah.
We gotta stay in touch.
Yeah,
Dude,
definitely.
we totally will.
Oh,
Definitely, bro.
100%.
I really hope that works out. But anyway, let's go to you. This Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Chicago's scary.
I'd say that an inspiration for me, and I know this is kind of messed up. I'm trying to work on it, but honestly, it helps me get better. Is comparing myself to other people.
Damn.
You know, like
That's like the opposite of what Creed said.
I know, but
That's like the total opposite.
I know, but
Same with
I
me.
want to see what you're saying.
I know, but like my cousins.
He also doesn't like Joe Rogan.
My cousins
That's a
are
shame.
like if I have a super like one of my cousins is like the valedictorian of the science department of his college when he graduates, and man, that's competition for me. So that inspires me to do better because I'm comparing myself against that. I want to make my family proud. I want to make I don't want to undermine him.
But you're not striving for what he's doing.
I'm not trying to do the
You're
same thing.
inspired by.
Yeah.
Don't say you're
and that's-
comparing. You're inspired
I'm
by what he's
comparing-
done.
I'm
Yeah.
comparing what he's done to what
It's
I've
like
done.
what I'm doing right now. I've been inspired to do this. It
Because I'm gonna have to do.
When you compare, then you're separating yourself from yourself.
I'm trying to like
You're
achieve
trying to become that.
like have an achievement that's like the same level as that, which is inspiring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll
Yeah,
talk
I like
about my
that.
brother
I
too.
do
Like
like that.
like you think
That's inspiring to me.
you're
Your brother,
comparing yourself to my
your
brother.
brother is inspiring to me. That's what
Why?
I-
It may not be good what he's doing, so why would you compare yourself to him?
it's. I take the good, I leave out the bad. That's how I get inspired. There's some things about my cousin.
That's a very vain compare. You guys
No,
don't
no,
even know
no.
what I'm talking about.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but when I get inspired by someone else, I'm not gonna get inspired by bad things. Like my cousin, some of the stuff he does doesn't inspire me, but him achieving that and being, having the strength to do that and all the intelligence.
Well, I hope your comparison is really it's wholesome because there's a lot of comparisons like where people can be bitter. Like
Right.
this is the thing I always say. There's two ways to look at life moving forward. You can either accept sacrifice because we all have to. We all are losing something every day, and eventually we'll lose ourselves.
Right.
Or we could be bitter and compare ourselves, a different kind of comparison. Well, we compare ourselves to others and say, "I wish I had that. I wish I had his silver spoon."
Right. Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to take away from my
so
cousin.
that's a totally different comparison.
Right.
I'm very
exactly.
ecstatic that he is so successful, and it's just
Hey, you're not like
give it to me.
you're the good
Right.
family
Oh,
Right. You gotta
cousin.
get angry about it.
now I have to do so much more work. I can't believe it.
Well, I guess I compare myself to my
Yeah.
siblings, but I'm like I'm gonna do whatever they're not doing. That's what I'm gonna do. So then I can't compare because I'm doing my own damn thing.
Well, you do your own thing, but you want to not be like the lowest of your family. Like if your family's
Oh,
like all doctors, you
I'm-
don't want to be that
yeah, I'm
like an
thankful.
alcoholic.
You're
I'm
learning.
not the
You're
lowest.
learning from observing his experiences.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
His
Well-
triumphs, his good
Process.
deeds.
That's my little inspiration.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Right, and then you did yours, right?
No.
He butchered his.
Yeah,
He's got to do it again.
Oh yeah, you were
He's
like
gotta do it again.
overthinking it now.
Life
Can't
means
come up with
nothing, but
anything,
everything matters.
Yeah.
That's
I've been overthinking it.
Yeah, dude. No overthinking.
It's all good,
I don't
dude.
know,
I'm
something
just
that-
glad you came on and did this.
Forget
Something
about
that
the
inspires
cameras.
me. Let's see here. Honestly, having alone time and sitting in silence inspires me because that's honestly where I learn the most about who I am, and I enter the deepest roots of my soul, and
Isolation.
try to do some shadow work too. That also inspires me because you're going to the depths of your soul and finding all the insecurities that you're trying to shove away and trying to get rid of, and all your perfect imperfections that you're trying to get rid of, when really you need to bring them right up front and center into your face and just come to terms like, that is me. I can't get rid of it. That is who I am. So I just need to accept that, and then after I accept it, I'm able to let it go, and then it doesn't affect me because it's just a part of who I am.
You know what? That's all right. There we go. That's a lot better.
That was solid.
Yeah.
Facing your.
I like that.
That was good.
Well, now I got to do something weird because none of you guys did a person. You all did, like just
Like a concept or
way
something.
of life.
Something,
Yeah. Now you got me stuck.
And all of this is applicable. Like what both of them said. I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do anti-Jerry. I say don't compare yourself.
That inspires you not to compare
Even with success, like somebody could be really successful. Like let's take for example,
Elon.
No, because Elon is doing great things. Like
Right.
I said, like he's making Teslas cheap. Like
Right.
people said that would never
Okay.
happen. It's like Teslas are so expensive and it's a waste of energy. But he's now making it so the common man can have it, like Henry Ford did with the Model T. He almost made it so everybody, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're a farmer or a businessman, you all kind of have the same deal. My thing is like, I'm not gonna rag on this guy, but James Charles. Let's take a famous YouTuber that literally spends their time making YouTube videos that aren't bettering anybody,
Right.
and are just vain crap. They may be successful. And
Right.
the word successful and the American idea of successful, where you're making a lot of money,
Yeah, I
but
wouldn't
deep
say
down,
that's
I
what
think
success
he's
is.
really not, like being a scientist, proving
Fucking doing
I don't know that God isn't real,
Do
like
something to
most
help
scientists
people.
do
Something to
today.
help out
You know?
humanity.
He
Yeah.
studies algae. He wrote a paper on algae.
Well, I'm just saying, like
Doing
a
something
lot
to
of
help
the
yourself,
scientific field, like
Both.
they like to say that God's not real.
Well, there's a difference between like getting inspired by someone because like you just want to, you're inspired by their success and you know that you're capable of what they're capable of because he has the same blood as me. I know I can do it. But then getting inspired by
there's a lot of comparison.
well, he has the same genes as me, so I know that we're on the same playing field. We grew up in the same place. So I know that what he can do, I can achieve the same, status. But with James Charles, what you're talking about is like just copying.
No,
someone.
I'm not saying. I'm saying he made it to success, but like it's gross. Like I don't look at success as in getting a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to school to be a welder. I'm going to
100%.
go to the U and use my Pell Grant for film.
Well, yeah.
Like I'm gonna go do these things, but like money is not my end goal.
No.
And that's why I think he can rag on Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan gave up something
did
that was
things
his
for
own
money.
thing
For a materialistic item.
for yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
that-
think of
that
Traeger
makes
Grill,
sense.
Traeger Grill, like every single podcast. Like I don't look at success as making. I look at success as making it through your life, not shitting on everybody around. you.
Right.
Like, that's like maybe raising your own cattle, raising your own family, not having to literally prey on other people to get to that point. That's like a dirty salesman. Like, you may make a lot of fortune, but you were dirty and you sold a lot of crappy stuff to people. Like, what you're selling is not bad, because it's run by a church-based company. They, it's to repel something. It's not like, here's a used car that, doesn't have a radiator or something like that.
Right.
So that's my look.
Don't you find being like excellent as being successful? If you're like the top, if you're excellent.
I feel like success
believe-
is finding happiness.
I believe.
Yeah.
I believe
If
success.
you've achieved
we do.
true happiness, then you're successful.
I think that we succeed every
Well,
single
Yeah, but what if
You're
you're a
successful in-
sadistic guy and you like your
You're successful in
success
just
is-
one thing. Like my cousin, maybe he's not happy, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
inspired for that.
Right,
But
and he could
he's
still be
in-
successful in a way.
in a different way. And
Right.
I'm
I should
inspired.
say wealth. I say wealth. Wealth to me is having the amount of time that I want, all the time I want, and happiness. That I consider that wealthy.
Mm.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a wealthy person
Like
if I'm
happiness from the
happy.
money.
Not from family, dude. I think having a family and kids and loving them and being a good person is wealth, dude. That
Yeah,
makes
oh,
me
yeah.
wealthy inside. That makes me
100%.
rich.
100%.
Because I'm like starting to see past the materialistic side of it.
Yes.
Like I have this guy at work, like he makes almost as much as I do, and like a reference that I'll use in Fight Club that I really, really like, because Fight Club is nihilistic. It kind of is saying, I hate God, let's do everything to piss God off.
Right.
But the thing is letting go of everything, like Jesus did. Letting
Right.
go of literally, like it says it in there, like he gave up so much, like he gave up his own life
Right.
for what he believed in.
Yeah.
So, and another thing is either you own, like, do you really own your possessions, or do your possessions
Own you.
own you?
Right.
That's like getting a really nice truck that you got to pay off,
Right.
or like a
Your
really
truck
nice
owns you.
mansion that oh, I love it, I gotta take care of it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's not you. It's something that now owns you.
That's
Right.
that's
So-
where I come from, where like nothing matters in life, because like in this life it's everything. If you look around, everything's based off of materialistic things. Like that's
I mean,
just,
materials are great though. Like
oh,
they
dude,
can
they're-
help
they're
us in a
100
lot of
like,
ways.
Oh yeah, they're 100% great. Like I can use money to go travel the world.
You can use money to help people, dude.
Yeah.
It's the things
That's
that
what
you
you
do
got
that
money
You
for.
make
matters.
money,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if
The
you
intentions-
use
That's why you
money
need
the
to,
intentions behind what
yeah,
you are
you
performing,
you
what
use
you are
money
acting
to
upon.
do something because it's the things that you do that matter in your life. So, I mean, it's not the things that you own and the things that you die and are leaving behind. So, if you use money to, do things, well, then that would make money important. But
Yeah.
I would agree with you that it's not really.
Yeah,
not really
stop
the-
comparing. Stop comparing. I'll just say that right now.
No, I wouldn't.
Agreeing
I
with
don't
you
even
is
think,
comparing?
dude. I don't even
No, I'm
think
not.
comparing was like. I don't think comparing would be the right word.
Yeah, for what
you were
he's
trying-
saying, yeah. He's not
like
comparing.
observing and learning. That's
Right.
You're
that's
inspired by what,
Right,
what your cousin
observing
has
and
done.
learning.
Yeah, you're just observing. Like I do that with my dad. I observe
Right.
because he owns a business, so I observe what he's doing, how his mind works,
And
basically.
take away as much as you can
And then,
from
yeah,
that
just
and
learn
apply it
from
to
it.
yourself. People say knowledge is power. That's false, dude. Applied knowledge is power.
Yes.
Because you can have all the knowledge in the world and do nothing with it. You have zero power.
That's like age is
Applied
wisdom.
knowledge is power.
Yeah, age is not wisdom at all. Dude.
No.
Like you could be a stupid old guy, but like if you, I
If
think
you don't do anything with it, you're still
yeah, I
a
think it's
stupid old guy.
experiences. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a guy that I'll rag on because I wanted to fight this one chick that hates Brock
Damn.
on a podcast, but she
Okay.
wouldn't come on. But like she likes communism and all that.
Okay.
Like this is all you got to do to combat communism. Communism was started by this guy. It wasn't implemented, but it was started, written up by this guy named Karl Marx. Karl Marx never had a real job in his life. He ragged and he leached off of his family and his family inheritance.
Mm.
And he never had a real job. So why the hell are we going to listen to this guy?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he has no experiences
Right.
to actually. But then let's take George Washington or Abraham Lincoln. Like they had all these experiences for why people like people almost thought George Washington was a god.
Right.
Yeah, he was wise as shit, I bet.
But like it wasn't just his wisdom. It was how many things he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was his experience.
he fought in like 2
So
wars.
I think it's all experience because I think like tonight we've mostly talked about like things that we actually know. Like we haven't just
Yeah.
talked out of our ass.
Yeah.
You know, and
100%.
I'm really enjoying it. Well, I'm being serious. Like some kids our age, like literally can't talk about anything except for like shit.
Yeah, I know. It blows my
Yeah.
mind. I'm worried for our
'cause
country's
that's-
future because everyone's.
That's
They're
where
stupid.
that's where your chakras come in handy. 'Cause it lets you actually to be able to find your own experiences and your own beliefs, and then conversate with people about it.
Well, okay. This will be the last thing. We are on an alien spaceship. Like we did not really talk about aliens, but it
I
worked.
wish we talked more.
So
about
like
aliens.
let's say what's your ideal heaven?
Heaven,
Last thing, ideal heaven. You can make your own heaven, really quick.
just
Dude, I don't know.
knowing my entire true self, just getting back to who I am.
That would be your ideal heaven, just yourself.
Because the ego is
You're sick.
Ego is a separation. Separation's an ego would be the devil, and that's hell. And separation is an illusion. And so, I would say that. I forgot where I was going with that. If I'm being
No, you know it's all good. We can end it right here because like I shouldn't have even said that's blasphemous saying your own heaven, just like
My
saying
own
you'll be
heaven.
your own god
Yeah.
when you die.
If I can be happy with
Blasphemous.
myself, like have you ever
Yeah.
heard the phrase
I
"heaven
would
on
just
earth"?
say happiness, dude. Happiness is heaven.
Yeah.
If you're
Uh,
really happy, it's heaven. Or being a Jedi.
Voice impression? Anybody do any voice impressions?
For whom?
None.
I mean, I can if it's just in the spur of the moment, but
Tell
if
me
I'm
who it
told
is and
to
I can
try
do it.
and impersonate,
Really?
I can't.
Just tell me, I'll try.
Morgan Freeman. Try it.
Mm.
I haven't heard him in forever. It's like a
Yeah, you'd have to
game
play
show.
My name's Morgan Freeman.
My name's Morgan. No, I can't.
That was
We're like, oh.
That one was soothing.
But anyway, we'll wrap this up.
Sweet, dude. Thank you for the invite, man. I was so excited for this. Love you.
Yeah, that was actually awesome.